So Wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass has officially been released. And along with 8 brand new-ish tracks to race on in this update,
Nintendo decided to do the unpredictable. Add new characters to the game along with the Booster Course Pass. Now this was something I really wanted but wasn't sure we were gonna get. But of course, when the first teaser for Yoshi's Island and Wave 4 dropped in the last Nintendo Direct, we got an introduction to our first new character, Birdo, who, by the way, kind of just came out of nowhere without any warning while they were showing Yoshi's Island for the first time. But this was actually brilliant news, as Nintendo confirmed that we would be getting new characters for the rest of the past. But there were still some questions. How many characters are being added? Who's gonna get a chance to join the roster? How much money will I have to pay Nintendo to add Wiggler back into the game? It caused fans to speculate a lot, trying to find answers to all of these questions. Well, except for the last one, just bring Wiggler back. However, ever since Wave 4 actually dropped, the answers to one of these questions seems to have been answered. With the addition of Birdo, 5 character slots marked with question marks now appear on the character roster screen, which leads us to believe that we'll be getting 5 other characters in the Booster Course Pass. This is extremely exciting, because when the Booster Course Pass was first announced, we had no idea we were getting new characters, and now we are getting 6 of them. Since I've been watching a lot of videos on this myself, I figured it would be fun to look over what characters could possibly fill up these slots. In other words, which characters will get a chance to return or debut in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Whoever it is, just please don't let it be those guys. I put them there as a joke. Actually, Honey Queen would be kind of fire. I hope it's all just her. In this video, I'll be sharing my personal thoughts on who I think will be coming to the roster. I'll be guessing them based on how likely they are to return, and not by personal bias or opinion. However, if this video does well, I'll do a video talking about who I personally want to see come back into the roster. Oh, come on, y'all don't care about that. Let's just get into the first character. The first character, who I'm almost certain is going to make it into this roster, is Piranha. This is a character I never would have thought they brought back, until they brought him back into Tour and added that new stage, Piranha Plant Cove. Now the thing about Nintendo is that they like to reuse things from Tour and put them into the Booster Course Pass. We can see this in all of the tour tracks that they use. So look me in the eye and tell me that them adding Piranha and a track themed after him isn't signaled for him to join the roster. Exactly, you can't. Now I'm really happy for all of this news for Petey, because he's someone that I actually wanted to see in a new Mario Kart installment for a very long time.
I definitely think he's very deserving of this spot. For the next spot, I'd like to bring in another character.
Pauline.
Pauline has been getting a remarkable amount of attention throughout the years, more specifically since her return in Super Mario Odyssey.
Since then, she's been playable in Mario Golf Super Rush, Mario Tennis Aces, and Mario Strikers Battle League. On top of that, she made her Mario Kart debut in Tour. In fact, she was literally the first new character for that game. It would only make sense for Nintendo to add a character who they've been giving the spotlight on Switch titles to their biggest Switch game ever. Not to mention, Pauline would make a great addition to the roster as another female character. In the roster situation, there seems to be more guys than girls, and the 3 iconic princesses always seem to be the most appealing choice, because seriously, who's going to voluntarily play as Wendy or Baby Daisy? No one. Overall, Pauline would just be an eye-catching, amazing addition to the roster that I think new players could easily connect to. The next character is probably going to be one of the most likely to return due to its very high demand, and that is Diddy Kong. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't really want Diddy Kong to return. Now, before you man-children take out your pitchforks on me for having an opinion, Diddy Kong's a character that I just never found any interest in. He never did anything to stand out from the roster, and I completely forgot he was in Double Dash. I just kind of overlooked him because nothing really made him interesting for me, but I understand why people like him. Him being so highly demanded probably comes from his inclusion in Mario Kart Wii and Double Dash, as well as most people's nostalgic connections with him. Let's not forget he also has a whole racing game. A racing game that, again, a lot of people have grown up with. Diddy Kong also seems to appear in the Mario movie, which Nintendo's gonna want to promote, so adding a character from the movie into this game would be pretty ideal. If Diddy Kong doesn't find his way into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, fans are gonna go ballistic. Moving on to our next character is a Kong that everyone should be familiar with. Funky Kong. Almost every Mario Kart game has that one obscure character no one expects to join the roster. For Mario Kart Wii, it was Funky Kong. Wanna know something else? He's the most broken Mario Kart character in Mario Kart history. You'll join a freaking Mario Kart Wii online lobby and see 11 other Funky Kongs, and then you can't play as any other character! But seriously, Funky Kong's unexpected power drove fans crazy to play as him. Not to mention, as it implies in his name, he's a pretty funky guy. This character has actually become somewhat of a Mario Kart icon, so much that he's become less of a Donkey Kong character in most people's eyes. If it wasn't for his broken stats, he wouldn't have returned to Mario Kart Tour, which by the way, people definitely freaked out over. Funky Kong's inclusion in Mario Kart Tour was definitely inspired by his popularity in Mario Kart Wii. Nintendo definitely knew about his popularity. Mario Kart Wii is the second best-selling Mario Kart game of all time, and Funky Kong is literally the face of it. So they'd have to not want people to buy the Booster Course Pass for them to not include Funky Kong in the 5 characters that we're getting. Because you could say that he's the most popular Mario Kart character, and you'd technically be right. So now we're down to our last character slot. I had some difficulty coming up with this one, so let's go over some characters that came to mind. Charge and Chuck, a character that Nintendo has been giving special attention to lately, as he appeared in Mario Kart Tour and Mario Golf Super Rush. I could see him appearing the next wave if anything, and he could appear alongside Los Angeles Laps. If this is the character they choose, I'd be pretty hyped. Kamek. Why is this character still not in Mario Kart? He would be such a perfect unique addition to the roster. For some reason, Kamek's always excluded from the Mario spin-offs when he plays a very important role in the normal games. Cappy. Now, I still haven't played Mario Odyssey, but I would still love to see Cappy as the character in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. His design is so unique and eye-catching. And if Nintendo was to add a brand new Mario Kart character that isn't in Tour, Cappy would be such a perfect fit. Since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a Wii U port, there's almost no representation of Super Mario Odyssey. And I feel like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe needs the representation of other Switch games. I mean, it's the best-selling game on the Switch. Cappy would do a great job of representing Mario Odyssey, as everyone who recognizes him from that game would be pretty excited to see him in the roster. Heck, maybe even Tiara could be an alternate costume for him. Wiggler. Just please put Wiggler in the game, man. I can't take it anymore. I want Wiggler's literally the only character I want in this character thing, roster thing. Can you please With all those characters out of the way, I feel like the last character that'll join the roster will be Kamek. Now, there are a lot of reasons why I'm picking Kamek over Cappy in this situation. For one, Kamek has been scrapped from not 1, but 2 Mario Kart games. And with Nintendo adding him into Mario Kart Tour, it shows how badly they want him in the series. Literally, all Nintendo would have to do is port the animations from Tour into the game, and bam, they have Kamek in a console Mario Kart. Secondly, Kamek could be added into the game to promote the Mario movie. He's obviously an important character, as he appears by Bowser's side pretty frequently in the trailers, and he's literally on the freaking main poster. Out of all of the characters that appear in Tour and not in 8 Deluxe, Kamek seems to be the most important in the movie, and has the most history with being developed in Mario Kart. And as I said before, he would be such a great addition that everyone would love to see. And that basically does it for my 5 character predictions for the Booster Course Pass. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Do you agree or disagree with my choices? Let me know in the comments below, and feel free to give me some feedback on how I can improve. If you want to see me do another video like this, let me know. I had fun making this one, and I wanted to showcase all the characters and see how likely they are to get in the game. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I have plenty of content I want to share, and that would be an indication that you want to see it. But I'll stop rambling on now, like all YouTubers do, and I'll end the video. Peace out, stay safe, and I wish you an awesome day full of happiness.